Have you ever wondered why the most powerful people in the world have very few friends, if any at all? Why do billionaires, world leaders, and strategists operate in isolation, trusting only a handful of people, if they trust anyone at all? Maybe you've felt it too. The sting of betrayal, the disappointment of a friend who used you, or the emptiness of realizing someone was only there for what you could give them. Today, we're going deep into the dark reality of friendship, why power and trust don't mix, and the hard truth that every powerful person must accept. Stick around to the end, because this could change the way you see relationships forever. Let's start with a simple but brutal truth. Power isolates. The more power you gain, the lonelier you become. Why? Because in a world where influence is everything, friendship is rarely about loyalty. It's about leverage. Let's take a step back and think about it. When you're at the bottom, you have a lot of friends, because you have nothing to offer. No one is scheming. No one is planning to use you. You're just one of them. But the moment you rise, whether in wealth, status, or influence, everything changes. Your friendships are no longer based on mutual love or understanding. They are transactions. There was once a young man who believed in the purity of friendship. He believed that people valued loyalty as much as he did, and that if he stood by others, they would stand by him. It started small, a friend borrowing money and never paying back, another revealing secrets in exchange for a moment of approval. Then came the real betrayal, the one that changed him forever. He had helped someone he thought was a brother. He had given time, energy, support, and when the moment came, when he needed just a fraction of that in return, he was left standing alone. The most powerful people in history have always known a truth that most refuse to accept. Friendship is a currency, a weapon, a liability, and a tool. When you sit at the table of power, you do not deal in emotions, you deal in leverage. What can they do for me? How do they serve my mission? And most importantly, when the time comes, will they betray me first? Or will I cut them loose before they get the chance? These are the questions the powerful ask, not because they are cold-hearted, but because they understand human nature better than anyone else. Julius Caesar, one of the greatest leaders in history, was surrounded by friends. But when his power grew too much, those same friends plotted against him. The infamous betrayal came from none other than Brutus, a man Caesar once considered his closest ally. Even the most powerful man in Rome who built an empire couldn't stop the ultimate truth. Friends can turn into enemies the moment power shifts. Napoleon learned that loyalty is fleeting when his closest allies turned on him at his lowest. Rockefeller knew that trust was only as good as the contract that bound it. Power demands an understanding of one simple fact. People will always act in their own best interest, no matter what they say, no matter how convincing their words may be. When the choice comes between you and them, they will choose themselves unless you give them a reason not to. A king does not have friends, he has allies. A general does not have friends, he has soldiers. A ruler does not have friends, he has pawns. In the grand game of power, those who attach themselves too deeply to emotions lose control. Emotions make you blind to reality. They make you see what you want instead of what is real. And the reality is that the only friendship that lasts is the one built on mutual benefit. Not emotions, not nostalgia, not shared childhoods, but a clear understanding of value exchange. Not all friends are the same. If you are on the path to power, you will meet three types of people. The opportunist. They are only there as long as you are useful. The moment you can't benefit them, they vanish. The backstabber. They act loyal, but secretly, they envy you. Given the right opportunity, they will betray you. The genuine friend. Rare. Hard to find, but even they have limits to their loyalty. Because at the end of the day, self-interest always wins. A wise man once said, "Trust, but verify." Even the greatest empires fell because they trusted too much. The Trojan War began because a king trusted the wrong woman. The Roman Empire weakened because it let too many snakes into its inner circle. The biggest mistake of powerful men is believing that just because they have given loyalty, they will receive it in return. But this is not how the world works. Power is about control, and the one thing you must always control is who gets close to you. Every powerful person must learn this lesson or perish. Those who have no control over their circle will fall, just like those who have no control over their own mind. If you let the wrong people in, they will destroy you. If you trust blindly, you will be betrayed. If you do not choose your allies with the precision of a strategist, you will be surrounded by enemies, and you will never even see them coming. Powerful people do not need many friends. They need the right ones. Alexander the Great had Hephaestion, a friend who stood by him, not because of childhood bonds, but because their ambitions aligned. Steve Jobs had a few close allies, but he also cut people off the moment they stopped being valuable. True friendships in power are not built on feelings. They are built on mutual ambition and an understanding that loyalty is not given for free. It is earned and protected through action, not words. Some will hear this and think it is cold, but it is not cold. It is reality. How many times have you seen someone give everything for a friend, only to be repaid with betrayal? How many times have you trusted blindly, only to be disappointed? How many times have you thought someone would stand by you, only for them to disappear when you needed them the most? This is not cynicism. This is life. And the sooner you understand it, the stronger you become. A man once found a wounded snake in the forest. He took it home, he nursed it back to health, he fed it every day, kept it warm and safe. Then one day, the snake bit him. As he lay dying, he asked, "Why? After everything I did for you, why would you bite me?" And the snake simply replied, "Because I am a snake." People will always be who they are, not who you want them to be. The ones who betray you were never your friends. They were simply waiting for the right moment to strike. The ones who leave were never real allies. They were there for what you could give them, and when that was gone, so were they. This is why the powerful choose their circle with absolute precision. They do not hope for loyalty, they create it. They do not wish for trust, they enforce it. A young man asked a wise general, "How do I know who to trust?" And the general replied, "Give them a little power and see what they do with it. A real friend will protect it. A fake one will use it against you." This is why the great rulers of history tested their allies. They did not wait for betrayal. They created opportunities for it to reveal itself. And when it did, they removed the threat before it could grow. Elon Musk, one of the most powerful men alive, has a secret trick for testing friends. When he suspects someone is leaking information, he gives each friend a different piece of false information and waits to see which story leaks. That's how he identifies who's truly loyal and who is only pretending. That's the level of awareness you need to have. If you want to be strong, if you want to be powerful, if you want to protect yourself from the pain of betrayal, you must learn and follow these rules of friendship. 1. Never reveal everything about yourself. Keep some things private. The less people know, the less they can use against you. 2. Test people before trusting them. Give them small responsibilities and see how they handle them. 3. Watch their patterns, not their words. People can fake loyalty, but they can't fake consistency. 4. Accept that most friendships are temporary. People change. Circumstances change. Don't expect loyalty forever. 5. Build alliances, not friendships. Alliances are based on mutual benefit, while friendships are based on emotion. 6. Control the leverage. Always be in a position where you have more to offer than they do. 7. Do not trust blindly. 8. Do not give without reason. And lastly, do not expect loyalty just because you have given it. Choose your circle with wisdom. And when the time comes, be ready to cut off anyone who shows signs of disloyalty. Because if you do not remove them first, they will be the ones to remove you. Warren Buffett, one of the world's richest men, has a very small circle of friends. He doesn't surround himself with yes men or fake relationships. His rule? Only surround yourself with people who make you better. That's why he has stayed powerful and relevant for decades. The world does not reward naivety. It rewards those who understand human nature and use it to their advantage. You do not need many friends, you need the right ones. Those who see your vision and ambition. Those who know that their success is tied to yours. Anything else is a weakness, a liability, and a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. So, the final lesson here. Power and friendship do not mix. If you want to be truly powerful, you must accept that trust is a luxury you can rarely afford. But this doesn't mean you should live in fear or isolation. It means you should be aware, move strategically, and never give more than you are willing to lose. If this episode opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. We're here to break down the laws of power, influence, and control so that you never get played again. Let us know in the comments, what's the biggest lesson you learned about friendship? See you in the next one.